Okay, this is Turpin Track in Percydale historic area. So we're just having a bit of a drive around to see what the different parts of this place has to offer. So this track here I would consider, in terms of difficulty, it's up there. So so that angle there is about 45. So it's quite steep. I'm glad I'm doing it in the spring. You wouldn't want to be doing this in the summer when it's completely dry. It would just be too slippery. And in the winter, it would be just horrific. With a lot of this, it's a slaty consistency, but the clays would be very, very slippery. So you can see here where we're heading down, it's a little bit steep. So I'm just crawling down this in 4 low. I came up this track and found that you know, it's just way too steep for detecting, and you know, all of the deposits are going to be a lot lower down. But I just wanted to see what was between the two different mines. There's 2 active mines out here, and so now I know. Yeah, you can't appreciate how steep this is. This is really steep. I love it. The car handles it quite easily. I did find on the way up though that I had the beeping from the traction control system. So the car's trying to work out how to apply power up here, and it's just such a useless system really. It's okay if you're not actually doing any serious forward driving, but if you're actually going somewhere where you want to rely on your own wits and the ability of the car, having traction control is just that other one more complication you don't need, you know. It'd be much easier just to have a car with lock diffs, and then you don't have anything to worry about, you know. It's just, you just drive carefully and you'll be fine. You won't break anything. This idea that a little bit of electronics, you know, applying brakes to the wheels that are losing traction, it's, yeah. Look at every 4-wheel drive channel you watch, you know, traction control works as long as you've got a rear diff lock, you know, or as long as you've got this, or as long as you've got that. And it's, you know, it really is just a compromise. You're not getting the best out of the torque of the vehicle or any of those things. It's just really not the way to go, I think. So anyway, I've got a modification for this car that I'm fitting next time I put it in the shed, and that'll allow me to turn the traction control off. I've also got a front and rear diff lock. I've got the rear one, but I'm still waiting for the front one to turn up. So you can see here, we're just going to drop down off the edge of a little rise here. Beautiful day today. It's raining out on the coast, and I just thought, nice day to be out in the bush, get away from the poor weather, and being out here having a bit of a drive around, it's just a very nice thing to do, I can tell you. It's lovely. This little spot here, this was a little bit of a challenge because it's just smooth bedrock on the way up, and all I could see were these black tyre marks where people have been spinning the wheels getting over it. But coming down, obviously it's not such a big deal. So here you can see we can't see the road at all. And then we're starting to drop down, dropping down further, and now we're looking at least 40 degrees down that little pitch. And as long as you keep slow and in control, these things are all pretty easy to do. So, well, this is called Turpin Track, and if you like a little bit of four-wheel driving without too many dramas, this is a pretty nice place to come. So you can see here where they've got these little offshoots here to get rid of all the stormwater, so it's not running down the track. You know, they put these little loops in here to get rid of the water. You can see here there's another one coming up. So you've got on the track itself, there's a, you can see that's the whoop, and then over at that side, that's where the water runs off down into the valley. So this one's got a bit of a rock step. There we go. It's all right. I've got to say the Pajero's not a bad car for this sort of work. I've got a bit of suspension modifications and underbody bash plates and things to protect the car, but I virtually never hit the bash plates because the car's got a shorter wheelbase than, you know, the big cruisers or whatever, and independent suspension, it's sort of jacked up a bit, and you know, you don't rub going over these whoops. You would on anything else that's got the longer wheelbase, the utes and all that, they'd just be knocking the shit out of the cars going down here. But for this, it's easy. The balance of these wagons is very good as well. You know, it's pretty much, you know, biased a little bit to the front, but she's doing fine. Alright, so this is the bottom of the track. The rest of it's pretty much as your father, so I hope you enjoyed that little excursion in the bush.